D'abord, je vais voir s'il y a la pièce pour les charger.
Ouais.
Je vous reviens.
D'accord, merci.
Je peux laisser mes données quelque part, non?
Yeah, we got a rusted sink here. It's rusted to death. We've got leaking pipes here. We got a flood. And add to that a sink that won't stop running, and what you got is a major flood. It leaked to the other people's apartment. It leaked into the people below me. And then it suddenly became a priority. I'm laughing because in his attempt to punish me by not fixing my place, now he has to fix 2 places. Ah, should have come here and done the work before, not after. Hey, good morning guys. Welcome to another day of Vlogmas. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and my entire kitchen and hallway entranceway flooded. I had to put all the towels and newspapers I could find. And I emailed the landlord. I sent them pictures. I was like, dude, you have to do something about this. Well, at 10:30, he finally sent a janitor, maintenance man, because it started leaking to the other people. That's what I asked him. I was like, oh, so did this flood any other apartments? And he said, yes, flooded my downstairs neighbors. Because he left it too long. He was thinking he could just do like he always does, but no, backfired. I just got my first order on Starlove, my new platform, so that's exciting. So I'm going to print the label now, see how it goes. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. I'm going directly to the drop-off point right now because I'm very eager to see how this works. And I know that I'll be a lot less anxious once I've done it. Supposedly this is the drop-off point. So I'm shipping with UPS, so let's see what happens. They took my package! I'm back in business! Woohoo! Oh, we're gonna do a little Costco shopping. I got my little buddy with me here. It took us like all day to get out of the house. His headset broke, so he was motivated to get out because I told him I'll get him a new headset. Just saw a hair curling set for $279. It's expensive. Gunnar says it's funny how women with straight hair want curly hair and women with curly hair want straight hair. I think it's just that we like to switch it up a little, you know, like the way guys like to change their beard around and do different kind of things.
No, it's just like women can never make up their mind.
Yeah. Okay, the headset should be here somewhere. Like, we just want a regular one. I think the one you had before was Turtle Beach. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Look. Is this good?
What?
I don't want it to be a piece of crap that breaks right away. What do you think? Is that good? It's worse. One headset is $90 and the other one is like $329, and then there's one for $427. So obviously, you know which one we're not going to get. We found one for gamers. Arctis Nova. Is that good for PlayStation? It's not too bad. $70.59. That's like in the price range. I'm gonna do a meat run today. Get these sausages. They're so good. Get like, what, 6 different kinds? Cheap too. Ooh, Balderson cheddar with truffles on sale. I gotta do this quick because I got somebody coming for Marketplace again at 6 o'clock. So, hey, here's what's on sale. Chicken pot stickers, French onion soup. So I'm getting that. Potatoes are on sale too. Excellent. And I got a lot of butter because I've been doing a lot of baking lately. Now, I need to find the kefir for Gunnar. Look what Gunnar found. Check it out, guys. It's birch bark coffee. It's Inuit coffee. Is it made with birch bark? How is this possible? Never heard of that.
Probably the best coffee today.
Yeah, probably. That's pretty cool. I never heard of that. You guys ever heard of that? This is the stuff. This is the kefir that Gunnar loves, which is good for him. It's full of probiotics. That was like a turbo shopping trip. Gunnar was very helpful. We checked out in like no time. He's packing stuff. And then I'm gonna get home and hopefully the person will show up from Marketplace. My Marketplace sale showed up and they bought the sweater for 40 bucks. I've been making sales pretty much every day on Marketplace, and now I made one on Starlove. So that's looking okay. I'm not too worried now. I feel like since I got verified on Facebook, maybe it was kind of worth it, because I never had traffic like this, even during the Christmas season before I got verified. Not like this. So now I'm making some dinner. We're having American dinner tonight, I call it. It's fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and some corn. And then I'm going to go to my support group, and when I get back, then I'm going to take care of Arron. Hopefully get him on camera so you guys can see a bit of him too. Hey guys, it's 2 in the morning. I went to my support group and then I came down here to Arron's place, and I've been cleaning up. I got here at like 10:30 and I was cleaning till like almost 2 and doing stuff. And I'm ready to go to bed, I'll tell you. And look at this. His place is in really bad shape too. This is why I called the city for him as well, because look, see the sink? There's like a gap there. And it drips all the time too. It never stops. And then look at this. This is like literally falling apart. Like, look at this. How can somebody expect Arron to pay for an apartment that looks like this? And this is all maintenance stuff. Yeah, it's like completely falling apart. And then the sink is dripping. It's the same as mine, drips underneath, and I just had to empty it all out. And look at this, it's all full of mold because of all the dripping all the time. True slumlord practices here. That's what they do. Because, in case you haven't heard this before, it's because we've been in our apartments a long time, and so we don't pay as much rent as people who just signed leases now. So like I pay $13.75 for mine with the parking, and Arron only pays like $7.50 or something, because he got this as a lease transfer 18 years ago, and it was from a lease that someone had had for like 10 years before that. So it's a very, very old lease. So they want us out. So they try to put pressure on by making it like unlivable. They've been doing this forever. And we've been through rental board, and we've had city inspectors before, but it never got resolved. But this time I'm really gonna try again. You know, it's like sometimes you try, you fight it for a while, you end up getting like hitting a wall, you get discouraged, you give up, and then at a certain point you're like, okay, I'm ready for another round. I'm ready for another round. And that's it for today. Arron's not going to be on camera because, again, he is busy reinstalling his operating system and fixing computer stuff. And so he's like all dirty, like he's got black stuff everywhere, and he doesn't want to be on camera. Oh God, now it's the fire alarm! Nah. Man, that fire alarm went off twice today. Once while I was out at my support group and Gunnar was calling me in the middle of it. And then just now at like 2 in the morning. This building, man. Probably somebody burnt their curry and then opened the door to the hallway, and that's all it was. I didn't even go downstairs. Like, that fire alarm goes off so much that we just ignore it at this point. But there is some stuff going on in this building that maybe I'll tell you about real quick. There's a lot of homeless people that are looking for somewhere to go to get out of the cold in the winter. And they come into the apartment buildings. So we have homeless people living in our stairwell, sometimes even sleeping on the carpet in the hall right in front of the apartments. And we get a lot of street people coming in trying to rob the apartments. So it's very important to lock your door all the time. Like, you can't, you know, go to the laundry room or the garbage and leave the door unlocked. You have to lock it. And Arron constantly leaves his door unlocked when he comes up here to get things. And I'm like, did you lock your door? And he's like, oh, I'm only going to be here for a minute. It only takes a minute. Yesterday, I had gone back to Arron's apartment, and then as I was leaving, I see these 3 people in front of one of the doors on that floor. And it's a guy with like a neck gaiter all the way up to here, and 2 girls. And I didn't think anything of it for the first second. I was just thinking, well, you know, whatever, maybe they live there or they're coming to visit. But it was a little odd because the door was closed, and they were standing like all three of them in front of the door, like really close to the door. So it did strike me as like slightly odd, but I didn't really think too much of it. And they just kind of stayed there. And then I think when they saw me, they got nervous. And then one of them said, "Oh, fuck." And one of the girls. And then the guy said, "Shut up." So I started to think, like, okay, they're rough people. They're swearing. And why are they saying, "Oh, fuck"? And why is he telling her to shut up? I just got the vibe that they were up to something. And then the girl, I'm by the elevator, and she comes from down the hall, and she comes right to the elevator where I am, like as if she's sort of checking me out. And the reason I thought this was because she didn't, like, usually when people are doing something, they're doing it with a purpose, and you can see what exactly they're doing, right? Well, she kind of came by the elevator and like walked right in front of me, walked past me, but she wasn't doing anything. Like, she didn't press the elevator button. She didn't go in the stairwell. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I have watched a lot of crime shows and forensic files, and I think I have some clues about when things are just off, you know, and my intuition anyway also. And just the way she was acting, something just didn't make sense. Like, what exactly are you doing? You're just like walking in front of me, or you're like checking me out. I was seeing her out of my peripheral vision, but I had opened my phone and I was just like looking at the phone, like I never looked up. And I just kept looking at Facebook, but I was like aware of her, and she just like sort of walked in front of me, and then the elevator came and I went in it, and I was like, please don't get in the elevator with me, because I mean, someone was stabbed in the elevator once, you know. Anyway, I've had issues with homeless people in the elevator before, but I won't get into it. So I was hoping she wouldn't come in the elevator with me, and she didn't. But it was just so weird. And I thought after, you know, I bet you that they're trying to get into apartments, because they were all standing there like right in front of the door, like huddled in front of it. With the guy was facing this way, and then the two girls were facing that way. Like, what exactly are you doing, you know? Because usually when people are just, when they're coming home, they go in, right? And when they're leaving, they don't stay in front of the door, they leave. And if they are in front of the door talking, well, maybe one of them lives there and the door is open, they're talking to their two friends. Like, but just the way they're huddling, and the way she came to like check me out at the elevator after I was pretty convinced that they don't belong here, because I've never seen them before either. I mean, at first I thought maybe they were new in the building, but then after all this, I was like, no, they're just not from this building. And then I told Arron, listen, you better lock your door, because I think that there's people like trying to get into apartments. So anyway, yeah, this is a real slum building, man. And it's crazy too, because the apartments that are newly rented, they renovate them and they make them look nice, and they charge a lot of money for them. But when it comes down to it, it's still a slum building. It's crawling with homeless people. You get ripped off if you leave your door open. And if it's not a new rental, God help you if you need repairs, you know. But I'm going to get these repairs taken care of, and I'll let you know how that turns out. Well, that's it. I'm super tired, and I'm going to bed. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.